Fight for the Iron Kingdoms as a warcaster. Take control of the mighty jacks, arcane devices, and dark sorceries to bring the fight to the War Machine Hub on beastsofwar.com. Flames of War brings you the battles of World War II in epic 15mm scale. Go to the hub on beastsofwar.com to find news, tactics, and tutorials about the game.
Hello and welcome. It is time to announce the winners of the, well, we're going to have to call it the Foreground Hobby Lab Open Challenge.
Really?
Yeah, proudly supported by the members of Foreground, who I am joined with. Let me go through all of the people that are involved in this. So on the screen, we have the mighty Mel, the TerrainTutor. We have Lance, Community Manager.
Hello.
We have Adam, Cad, and Ben from Foreground.
Hi.
And of course, Bill, the Terrainaholic, is involved. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here just for this recording, but we will get him in next time. So, Lance.
Yes. Hello.
We have completed the Hobby Lab Open Challenge. Okay.
Yep.
The Foreground Hobby Lab Open Challenge, eh? It's now going to be a quarterly event, so it's going to take place every quarter, every season. Okay, so it's going to be a regular thing now. We're going to have different themes and stuff like that. The whole thing is about getting you guys to just take the plunge and make some brilliant terrain and enjoy yourself doing it. Right? So we had 4 categories. We're going to announce a very special 5th category at the end of the show, but we had 4 main categories, Lance. What were they?
They were Best Scattered Terrain Idea, Best Project Log on Forums, Best Executed Entry, Best Entry from a Junior Beast.
Okay, so to give you a little bit of background on what each of the categories were, the Best Scattered Terrain Idea was all about the idea itself. It didn't matter how well executed it was, it just had to be one that made us stop and go, oh, no, that's a good idea, and basically blow our minds with possibilities.
Yeah, because when you get a brief, and when Mel gets a brief, he has to know what he's working to, and so these briefs are quite important. You could almost not get the award because you may have not had it in quite the right one for what you're trying to do. It's about looking at the brief and making it, and we've got some amazing stuff.
Oh, it's incredible.
Awesome stuff.
Next up, we had the best project log on the forums. That was all about your effort to make an instructional project log that people could follow along with. And that's no easy task, Mel, is it?
No, not at all, not at all. The problem with with doing project logs is you don't know the knowledge or the experience or the skill set of the person who's going to be picking it up. So you really have to take it beyond what you'd explain to yourself and drop it down to a situation that it's universally understood. Yeah. And that was quite a challenge judging that one, to be quite honest, because we had some wonderful entries.
Yeah, it's been great as well. Next up, we have the best executed entry. So that didn't matter so much about the originality of the idea, but just about how well executed it was.
How you got to the end result.
Yeah, and just how good the end result looked. So it was about a beautiful piece. We then had the best entry from a Junior Beast, which was for 16 and under. And then we have another special category that we've decided to announce, and that is the Ultimate Terrain Maker Finalist. But more on that later. Okay? Yes. Right, I want to kick off with our Junior Beasts. Okay? So it came down to 2 finalists for the Junior Beasts. And the first one up was a World War II German field camp by Joe 1980 Barmy Brits. Okay, so Lance, can you bring up the project and show us a little bit about it?
Yes, we can. So right here on the screen, here we have the full topic. He started off creating more or less the base and created with sticks, a wireframe. But what I thought was ingenious about this was he used dried up face wipes.
Yes, yeah.
As the canvas. I thought this one was fantastic. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I love this project. Mel, it was seeing where he went with this. I just thought it was really, really creative, and I loved the use of the kind of the baby wipes to create the material for the
It's the lateral thinking. It's something that Mel loves doing, and it's something that it's seeing something every day, and we've got more of that in a bit if you think about it, but seeing something that's every day and saying, I could use that for that purpose. And lint-free, so anything that's lint-free is very good for that kind of a canvas. But Mel's the guy to talk to maybe about that kind of thing.
Mel, basically round the house stuff. It is the secret to some great terrain making, isn't it?
It's applied terrain, isn't it? It's looking at things that are around the house and going, I wonder. Do you know what I mean? I wonder. Oh, pick up a baby wipe. It's nice and tough. Yeah. Wonder how this would hold PVA paint. You give it a go, and for a junior beast to produce, pick up baby wipes and produce a small scale terrain set. That's pretty damn impressive, to be perfectly honest. Small scale isn't easy. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I avoid it like the plague.
There was also some nice painting and stuff that went on in that project as well. We also have another junior beast, and this one was a wrecked Roman artillery. Okay, this one was from the thedoctorwhogamer. So, Lance, can you bring it up and show us what he was working on?
Yes, we can. Now, this guy, fantastic use of just broken down matchsticks. He even burned them as well.
Yeah.
Attached string. I mean, this is the epitome of finding something in the house and just making anything with it. But I think what caught our eye most was the tree.
Yes.
The tree that he made was fantastic,
it was beautiful, and a beautiful final diorama there.
And they're not an easy thing to do either.
A wire tree is well.
And then he goes on to do the Scorpio.
Yeah, the Scorpion.
Yeah.
Which obviously looks lovely.
And it's the way again he's looked at a burnt match and he's thought, "Oh, that could be in scale with. I could use that." And it's that lateral thinking, which is the real buzz.
It was also for me really nice to see that both our junior beasts went for historical projects. Wasn't that quite interesting? Mel, the use of matches and burning, it's so obvious, but you don't often see it on the tabletop.
It's only obvious when you see it, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's one of those eureka moments. I mean, this young lad's picked this idea up and he's put together an amazing piece. To be perfectly honest, from my point of view, I'm actually more impressed with the tree. If you look at it closely, he's used the free cable ties that we all have whenever we buy an electronic device, and they use them to wrap up the wires. Yeah, and he's used those as his wire armatures, that's pretty switched on, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, there was none of this going out and buying material to do it. He literally was using what he had around the house.
Well, that's where we're from. If foreground's going to make something, we do it to the best of our ability, but there will still never be anything better than a really well executed scratch built piece of work.
Yeah.
But we don't all have the time to do it. We don't all have the skill levels, and hopefully this, and with Mel's help, more and more people will. And Bill's help as well.
I know he's not here.
Bill can't be here today, but that's really unfortunate because he's been so much a part of deciding what's going on.
Yeah.
And just short, we were with Bill for a bit at Gen Con this year, and it was really great to see him and have a chat and talk about lots of different things. So hi, Bill.
Right. Well, we came across an interesting one. We weren't able to decide on a winner, so what we did on this rare occasion, we've actually split. We've split the prize between these two young people. So we're going to send both of you a £25 voucher each to spend on some foreground stuff, and you will both get a golden button. For what you've done.
Congratulations.
Absolutely
that's not a foreground button,
so,
is it? That's
a piece of war button.
So it's not burnt wood, then?
No, it's not. They're proper gold. Right. So thank you to all the youngsters that took part. Okay. Next, the next category is one that I was really looking forward to, and it's the best scattered terrain idea. So this is where we were looking for something that we maybe had never thought of before, and this is why I'm so excited about this, because you build a lot of terrain. Sometimes you can get caught in a bit of a rut of using the same materials and the same techniques over and over again. So suddenly to see somebody come up with something, they may execute it in a certain way, but what we often find with terrain ideas is when you look at it, you go, oh, hang on a minute. You could use that in this way or that way. It's absolutely brilliant.
Well, it's definitely something that every family home would have in it. for this category.
Yeah. Okay, so the winner of the best scatter terrain idea was Herrigold and his use of water pistols for sci-fi terrain.
Well
Mel,
done.
this utterly blew me away.
Yeah. No doubt about that. I mean, it's just so switched on, and it's a no-brainer, when you see it. But, I mean, it would never have occurred to me. Yeah. I mean, you're taking a simple water pistol, wait till the kids are asleep, raid their nerve.
Wait till autumn when it gets cold.
Get them mounted on some scatter bases, do what Herrigold's done, and just add a few other connector bits just to tie it in with the scale and everything. I mean, those pieces have got to be, 6-8 inches high at least?
But the lights work, don't they?
And as well, it's like that with stuff that is hard to produce and time consuming to produce in anything. But the shapes that you've got are shapes that would be hard to design.
There'd be shapes that you as
what he's trying to say is we can't laser cut them.
As a home terrain maker, you couldn't easily sculpt those shapes.
No. Conceive that as well.
During the discussions, both me and Bill said there was no way in hell that we could get that level of detail and that precision, in a sci-fi building through a scratch build. We'd have to go through 3D printing or laser cutting or manufacturing in some way.
Yeah, you have to do it in a plastic or
a couple of pound water pistol.
Hey, and you'll be upcycling.
Yes. Well, the other aspect of it was the versatility of the pieces, because I was looking at them and I see no reason why you couldn't create sci-fi cities for X-Wings and things to fly through. Your drop zone commander stuff could be flying through.
Battletech, where you've just done the
Battletech. But also, I think it would scale equally well to a 28mm game to have it as some kind of futuristic reactor.
Or a generator of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I mean, all you'd have to do is build, say, 8 scatter pieces, which are generic scale, and then a couple of scatter pieces that tie directly to various different scales,
or
from
add-ons that you mount on
to
them.
6mm. You know what I mean? And then drop those in to theme the entire set to that scale.
Yeah,
but it's a brilliant idea.
And short of raiding some kid's water gun arsenal.
You can buy these for
water
like a couple of
pistols are dirt cheap.
In the UK, they would also call it car boot sale sort of stuff. Go and have a look at what's out there, going for free almost off of pennies.
Garage sales.
Or
just go to the local park and take one from a child.
Or go to a thrift shop and buy one.
Or it's even the paint job that he did on them. With just a very simple zenith lighting,
but it's right.
It's effective.
It's right for the project.
Yeah, it's amazing how much work the water pistols did. Yes. It didn't require a whole lot of painting for them to look epic,
but you needed the insight
because
to see
the shapes and stuff like that did the 90% of the work. Yeah. Herrigold, it was absolute genius. We're blown away by that. There's a 50 quid voucher headed your way and a golden button. And I hope you enter that category in the next one because I want to be blown away by more ideas.
That's brilliant. And
congratulations.
Okay, the next up was the best project log on the forums.
Yep.
Now this was all about creating something that was most instructive, most engaging, that people were able to follow along with. It's been won by enginseer with his liquid gas shipping containers. Okay? Yep. So, Lance, take us through the project.
This was quite late on to the challenge, but we managed to pick it up anyway, and it was fantastic work because not only does he provide, first off, what it looks like in the finished product, but his initial designs, the actual sketches that we went through.
Schematics.
Well, that's one thing that I love particularly about this project, because there's loads of times where you get stuff sent to you and asking you to design stuff, and you're like, well, where do you want us to go from this? They don't give you anything. And then to start from actual plans and stuff, it just makes it easy for someone to follow.
As you were saying, Ben, he uses toilet rolls.
Yes.
Perfect use of finding anything around the shop or around the house.
But most importantly for this project was that every step was well documented. The schematics were there. If anybody wanted to follow along this project and use it as an instructional piece for how to build these, it was all there. There's nothing left for you to worry about. You know, it's nice and clear.
Yeah, the
step by
project's
step.
there. You have, for want of a better phrase, the blueprint. He's shown you what materials he used. He's shown you how he did it, and it was quite a difficult one for people to realise what we were trying to achieve, because it was not just about how well you did it. It was also how well somebody else could follow those.
Yeah.
Well, and it won because it fitted the brief of that that category to the T. It, like anyone could do that and follow it.
Mel, as one terrain tutor to another, you know, both of us know that one of the secrets to giving a tutorial on anything is the level of detail, because you're trying to take the fear away. Because a lot of people, you know, they've never done this before. They don't know where to start. But sometimes it's the attention to detail between steps or getting to a particular step that really does remove the fear and gives people the confidence to follow along. And I really think that enginseer nailed that on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this post was the epitome of planning and preparation for those people performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because everything you needed to do this was there, from the plans to every single step in safety, taking you the entire way through the project. And it basically removed every single barrier to building. I mean, when you watch a tutorial, when people who make tutorials skip steps, which they assume everyone will understand, it's actually a barrier to building. In this case, there was not a single barrier to building. Anyone could come along, pick this up, and with those plans, produce those gas containers, which was, you know, outstanding.
Okay, so that was our best project log in the forums. enginseer, there's a £50 foreground voucher headed your way, and a golden button. And thank you, mate. That was absolutely brilliant.
Congratulations.
Okay, next up, which was going to be our final category initially, and this is the best executed entry. So this is all about technical and execution excellence, so that the end product may not be the most unique thing, but it looks
otherwise known as I want that one.
I want that one. I want that. And this one, we had 2 project logs submitted. Now, he wasn't picked on the basis that he had put in 2 project logs, but we wanted to show you both of them. And the winner was Octavus. So well done, Octavus. Lance, can you bring us up the project logs?
Yep.
Look at this.
This is one of the topics. So this was the artifact lab.
You think that must be a commercial product?
Yes.
I want that one.
Yeah. You know, what he's done here with the LED lighting inside that kind of tentacle thing. But just look at the base. Look at the base here.
And you're going to see that scratch built in a minute.
You know, you would swear that you just bought that. But look at all of the piping, and it's all of that level of detail. And when you get further down and you actually see how he done it, it's just mind-blowing.
But what he's done is he's not just made the machine, he's thought about how that machine connects to the next bit. I mean, you know, we have a thing which is, I don't know how to draw a horse, but I know what a well-drawn horse looks like. I don't know what that machine does, but it looks like it functions.
It just, the execution
it's a real
of
thing.
It, so good. Like,
look at this, what it's really made of.
It's incredible. Mel, even the painting on this.
The whole project, to be truthful, when I look at this project, this isn't a terrain builder. Yeah, this is a top-end miniature painter. Yeah. Because the techniques, the colours, they're all miniature painted. And he's done it on something that looks like a 6x4.
Yeah, this isn't...
it's not a small piece, is it?
This isn't a piece of terrain, this is terrain.
Yeah.
When you realise the size of it, when you see that model and you realise that sphere is about that big, and then you look at the colours and the detail he's applied to the actual baseboard, it's absolutely phenomenal, guys. You know, the amount of effort that's
gone in. And those bits switch out as well. So
Sorry about passing people. It's a working household, the alteration household.
So, no, he has another project.
A second project, which is the Reactor core.
And this is an addition.
It's an expansion to what is
and it swaps it out.
I think it's magnetised. I'm not sure, but look at that. Look at it.
It's the amount of pipe work on that. Like, stop there, and look at that. Oh, look at it.
But it's when you see later they're all individual pipes. It's not like a cast piece that's been put in there.
I don't know what it does, but it looks like it works, and that's the secret.
And as well, because they are all individual pieces as well, it gives it that organic look.
Yes.
Because it's not something that's out of a box or something.
It's huge. Look at the miniature next to it.
How long do you reckon it took him?
Just a year.
I don't know how long did it take?
Yeah, Octavus, you just all you have to do to get your prize is let us know how long it took. Look, it was absolutely fabulous. Octavus, congratulations! You are our best executed entry in terms of the technical execution and excellence, and a £50 voucher is on its way to you, and of course a golden button award. Right, we have introduced one final pack.
Yeah.
So let me explain how this works. When we got together and we're doing the judging for this, the guys at Foreground said, "Look, we're going to do this regularly.
Yeah.
Why don't we look at the possibility of picking out one overall winner who will then go forward at the end of the year to the community vote as part of the Beasts of War annual awards? Okay, and it will one of those 4." This year it'll be 2, but in future years it'll be 4. They will then have the opportunity to be crowned the ultimate terrain maker of that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this evolved when we were talking about the project, and we felt that this particular one fitted quite a few categories, and we also thought we don't want to just say, "Oh, this is it's not a question of saying, "Hi, this is foreground." Who's foreground? Well, it's really about people realizing that making terrain is about how you can sort of like suspend disbelief. You can really enjoy the hobby, and something that we're all passionate about. So if we can do this quarterly, a different theme every time, maybe for certain categories, and it's about the community sharing the stuff. And I've had some amazing ideas just by being inspired by other people.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of this one, it wasn't just a very good log. It wasn't just very well executed or a really good idea. It was encompassed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that's smoking, and I want that one.
Yeah. So what we did is you might call this like a judge's choice for Ultimate Terrain Maker Finalist. And our Ultimate Terrain Maker Finalist was Soap Dodger. So let me first tell you, a 50 quid voucher is going your way. A community golden button is going your way. But ultimately, you are now in the contention for a Beast of War annual award because your project and the next project, and we'll see what others will go through to the annual awards for the community vote. This is the trench, but not a trench. And a beautiful project this is too.
It's just amazing. The amount of work and detail that's gone into that. And as it goes
on, look at it.
Yeah, as it goes through later, it's the amount of stuff that this person has done as well.
Yeah, because he goes beyond the trench effectively as he goes on. It doesn't just stay.
And like Mel was saying earlier as well,
does it belong to? Is it a how-to guide? Is it a I want that one?
It's all of them.
It's all of them.
Yeah.
It's all of them. And it's it's not about how much it cost. It's about how much I used a bit of lateral thinking. I saw a few things on the internet, like Mel will explain.
Those nails were amazing. I love that.
Look at it.
Just those like little extra attention to detail.
There's just so much on it. Do you know what I mean?
That's not about cost. That's all about skill.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're like the sandbags and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's already got a bag there of the bits that he saves. He saves it deliberately for a purpose, and now he can select from his bit box. He can add that sort of detritus to the board.
Yeah.
And then how does it differ from a resin? Look at it. It's better than a resin.
Paints that
and
he
the
uses
paints
as well.
he uses.
Yeah, how not the brand as well, obviously, without advertising, but which he prefers, how he did it. It's fantastic.
It was a fabulous project. It was one, as the guy said, that spanned multiple categories in terms of its quality of presentation as a project log, its execution, and indeed even some of the ideas that he used in within the project to create it.
Go and have a look at it.
You have to. It's a worthy project and a worthy winner of the Ultimate Terrain Maker Finalist.
At the end of the day, it's retail level terrain.
You
would get that.
Well, that's beyond.
Yeah, that's a professional terrain builder's effort in the skill of the level.
Yeah.
And you're going to see what's smoking in a minute. Look at that. Look at what he's going to make in a minute. You don't know what it is. He's gone to his bit box. He's got all the rifles out of his bit box, and he's decided that at the end of the day, look, there's a terrain objective there.
Yeah.
That's got. They cost him nothing. Those rifles.
Yeah.
He just saved what was left. You know, we're talking about on a plastic frame, keep the bits. On one of, on a laser cut sprue, keep the bits. Mm-hmm. There's some interesting angles there.
Absolutely. Well, soapdodger, congratulations. Congratulations to all of you.
Yes.
Now, we're also going to be talking about some of the runners-up and things like that, because we have a few more Golden Button awards that we're going to give out. But stay tuned for a weekend or something for that. Can I just pass my thanks on to Mel, to Bill, and of course to the guys from Foreground.
We had great time.
These challenges are very much about enjoying and finding the love for terrain.
One thing that as well I love most about the terrain as well is that everyone spends a lot of time on their miniatures and immersing themselves in the game, and the terrain is really what when you see a good miniatures on a good table, you really get lost in that game.
Yeah. Well, you see, for many of us, the miniatures thing is an easier proposition because it's already built.
Yeah.
We're learning how to apply paint to it. Terrain, whenever you're coming to do your own self-built terrain, you're starting with a blank canvas. So all we want to get across to you guys is, don't fear the blank canvas. Just get stuck in, grab bits and pieces. We have dozens of entries into this. They're all going to be collated in this post so you can browse through them, because although we've picked winners, it wasn't easy to pick winners. And there are some amazing projects and ideas.
And a couple of last things I would like to say. And one is that you can get a big foreground kit and you can make it and you can put it into this competition. And we're not looking at who made the kit. It's about... It's the brief. Keep to the brief.
Yeah.
And the other thing is foreground kits, they're primed with a primer, a base paint, and you can do so much with them. And you guys know, and we were talking about maybe doing some tutorials later this year or early next year on how you can do that much more to it. But
well done, everyone.
A great competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, right. The next one is open from now. Okay, and it is, the theme is fresh water. Okay, so we have the same categories again. The best terrain idea, so it's all about the idea, not the execution. The best project log on the forums, the best executed entry, so it's all about the execution, not necessarily the idea, and again our best entry from a junior beast age 16 or lower. Now, fresh water, so I'm not talking about anything you would find on a beach or near an ocean. I'm talking about anything that is in some way connected to fresh water. It could be bridges, which I think are a great addition to any gaming table because they can create choke points. So bridges, water towers, barrels, anything at all, the connection is fresh water. And it's any scale, any genre, anything, completely flexible. Just get your minds thinking about the fresh water bit and we'll see what you come up with. We'll be running that for about 6 weeks or so. We'll be back with an actual closing date. So relax, have a look around what you've got lying around your house, and let's get stuck in. Mel, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to the guys at Foreground. Thank you to Lance.
Thanks to Bill.
And congratulations once again to all our winners.
Progress comes to a world of magic as science and the arcane combine to make marvels. Meet steampunk inventors and orc mystics at the Volsung Hub on beastsofwar.com. Become a general of mighty armies at the Kings of War Hub. Take command of elves, dwarves and orcs in this game of massed fantasy combat on beastsofwar.com.